Guess who's back?
Hey everyone, what is up? Louis here. Welcome back to another new vlog of our channel. After a lovely week away in the beautiful Greek island of Crete, we are now back in the UK. As in this vlog, funny enough, we only just came back on a Jet 2 plane from Heracline in the last vlog, but we're not done with the plane stuff just yet, as today we are going to be visiting the Royal Air Force Museum over in Cosford, Shropshire. The museum is full of old planes and some military ones too. And this is one place we have certainly not visited in such a long time. So without any further ado, let's take you with us to the Royal Air Force Museum.
Isn't it strange that the sun is already setting and it's only coming up to 1:45 right now? But anyways, we have now made it to the RAF Museum. Just behind me, a few of the planes there on the approach. And we should be going inside shortly and have a look around. So here's the entrance to the Royal Air Force Museum, and looks like we have arrived in good shape for Jet and Space Week. We came at the right time, haven't we? So our walkthrough begins by going through the back door of the main entrance, and we already see some old vintage planes. You can find many information and the name of the aircrafts on the board in front. It's one of these propeller planes, and this one is called the PBY-6A Carolina. So those are a few planes that we've seen outside, and now it's time to go inside for Test Flight Zone. Here you can find different stories about the RAF and its own timeline from 100 years ago. There's also plenty of TV screens to learn more about the different types of aircrafts. Going through the second set of doors, and it looks like we're now in the Warflight Zone. A lot more planes are to be seen inside, and it looks like the youngsters are immediately putting on their pilot kit. So let's see what is inside of the Warflight Zone. As I said, there is more planes to be seen inside, including some smaller ones too.
It's a single seat trial aircraft, 1964. So 40, 60 years ago.
The previous aircraft we looked at was over 60 years old, stating on the board. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to read more about the information of different aircrafts. We'll be coming back into this area later, but for now we will be going into the War in the Air zone, going through the doors, and we've got some more planes right here. And now some of these you can actually look inside of the aircraft to see what they look like. Here's one of them. You can look all the way through to the very end of the cockpit. Here's one of the planes that had a crash a long while back, and this is what it was left over. Funny enough, this was built in Longbridge, Birmingham, not too far from here. Here's an interesting looking full engine propeller plane called the Avro Lincoln B2, and this is one you can actually look underneath the plane itself. And here's the side view of the Avro jet. And those are all the planes that we can see in the War in the Air zone. Back where we go.
So at the moment we are currently at the Test Flight Zone, displayed on the red dot. We had a look in the War of the Air zone. We're now back at the Test Flight Zone, and we're shortly about to head outside, and we might be going to the Cold War zone now.
This is a familiar plane, the Boeing C-17 model. This is the exact same plane that we've seen a couple of times in Yuki a few years ago. I'm wondering if that thing is still flying.
So just over there is the War in the Air zone. We just came out of there, and now we're going into the Cold War zone, which is probably my favourite part of the museum coming up right now. It's a tall building.
It's definitely a windy afternoon, so let's get inside the Cold War zone. Hang in there. If you're enjoying the video so far and you want to see more content on the channel, if you haven't done so yet, why not subscribe to Vivid Louis Vlogs? It is completely free and you won't miss out on a brand new video early. Now let's get back to the video. So you've now joined us in the Cold War zone, and this is where we get to experience sitting in a cockpit for the first time. So let's get in the line. Today's plane choices are either the Hawker Hunter or the McDonnell Douglas Phantom, the two that are right in front of us. Some of us put on our pilot kit before even sitting down on the aircraft, and it looks like we're going to be sitting on the McDonnell Douglas Phantom. So let's take our seats.
Pilot trying to pick up nugget.
Models in full prep for takeoff, but next up, Lowen takes his seat. And last but not least, it's time for me to be the pilot of this own plane. And here is a first-person POV of the actual cockpit itself. A lot of buttons.
Well, we got that in perfect time as the cockpits are now closed off. Actually get to have a look inside one of the planes. And one of them's just as fast as the Concorde, 1200 miles per hour. Anyways, let's continue looking around and see what else we can find.
We came across another big one that you can actually look inside of the interior. The Cold War Zone is where you get to see the most exhibits. Here's one of them that we walked into with a presentation video on display as well. Few tanks on display as well, military planes and military tanks. The big plane in front of us, this is where we get to have another look at the bottom part of the plane. There's loads of huge planes in the Cold War Zone. Let's go downstairs and get a closer look up front. And this is where we get to have a look inside of a military tank. Ever wonder what was inside? Here is your look. On the ground floor, we are now arrived at the RAF shop. This is where you can buy your own souvenirs, your plane models, toys and other stuff, including a Concorde plush. There's plenty of plane models and toys to also purchase for good role-playing purposes and a good fit for making a cardboard airport. So that's our full walkthrough of the RAF Museum here in Cosford. There is more still to come later in the year, but now it's time to head outside and conclude today's vlog.
Right then people, that is it. That is our full walkthrough of the RAF Museum here in Cosford. It has definitely been a nice couple of hours getting out of the house, coming back to this place after such a long time because, as we know, it has been ages since I last came to this place. We've also noticed some few areas around here today were being redeveloped. Some new bits will be coming soon, so we might have to come back next time to check out those new places and definitely come back for when an air show goes live. We definitely have to come back for that as well. So there we have it, all the kids behind me are on the park for a bit. So whilst I'm here, I'm going to wrap up the video now. As I say, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all did enjoy it. And if you want to see more content like this one, make sure you do like, comment, share and subscribe. Check out my other social medias and we'll see you all in the next one. So next time, bye guys, see ya.
Jack it up.